You probably shouldn't choose any of the degrees I'm about to talk about because these are the lowest paying majors you could possibly get. Hey everyone, my name is Hisham Khan and welcome to Income Over Outcome, where I give you college and personal finance tips. Some people might disagree with me, but I see college as an investment. Both the time and the money you spend on the degree should have something to show for them once you graduate. If you're spending a bunch of money on a degree, but that degree doesn't have much value in the workforce, then it's probably not wise to get it. Now, money definitely isn't everything, but it's all about getting a good ROI. Mark Cuban would never invest in a company on the Shark Tank if he didn't think he would get a good ROI on it. And that's the same mindset you should have when you're applying to colleges. That's why I think it's worth understanding what the lowest paying college majors are, so you know what you shouldn't major in if you want a good ROI. Now, some of these degrees might actually lead to really meaningful careers, but you can usually get those same careers with other degrees that have a better ROI. Now, if you're super interested in any of these majors, then you might want to think about minoring in them instead and majoring in something that will give you better options. But if you're still set on getting one of these degrees, then make sure you're not spending a ton of money on them, and most definitely don't go into debt for them, because that can make your life really hard. All of the salaries I'm going to talk about are based on people who graduated with these degrees and they've been working for at least 3 years. Now, before we get into it, comment right now what degrees you think are going to be on this list, and let's see who gets it right. At number 10, we have design and the applied arts. Now, if you're a super creative person and you want to go into the arts, then I'm all for that. But let's be real, what successful artists out there became successful because of their college major? None of them. The reason they reached success was because of their artistic abilities and creative mind, not because they went to college for art. The median salary for someone with an applied arts degree is just $42,727. But since you don't need a degree in the arts to become an artist, you should probably major in something else that can actually support the lifestyle you want to live. And then use all of your free time in college to actually work on your art, become better at it, and network with other creative people so you have the potential to turn it into an actual career. If art doesn't work out, then at least you have a backup career and you also have a way to finance your creative projects. In my opinion, it's better to work a job you don't absolutely love, but you don't mind doing so you can live a decent lifestyle, and then pursue your passions on the side, instead of doing exactly what you love, but really struggling to make ends meet, because you'll be really miserable that way. And who knows, if you work hard enough, that side hustle might actually become a full-time job. This next one is honestly not surprising at all. Liberal arts, which are things like history, literature, and philosophy. There's an endless amount of liberal arts degrees out there, and people really like them because they usually align really well with their interests, and they give you broad skills that could be used in a bunch of different types of jobs. If you keep up with my channel, you know I'm a huge fan of degrees that give you broad skills because that helps you keep your options open. But the issue with liberal arts is that the broad skills you learn can really be learned with any other degree, and then these skills you learn that are specific to whatever field you're studying usually aren't practical enough to be applied in most work settings. I mean, knowing that in July of 1807, Napoleon was attacked by an army of bunnies is definitely a good piece of knowledge to have, but it won't exactly help you get a great job. The median salary for someone with a liberal arts degree is $42,617, and that's about $22 an hour. In 8th place is human development, and this is a degree where you learn all about how society, biology, and psychology impact how humans grow throughout their lives. And honestly, I think this could be really interesting. You could become a social worker, therapist, psychologist, things like that. But usually to get jobs like that, you need some sort of work experience and a lot of times a master's degree. And that's why you won't be earning a lot of money with just a bachelor's degree in human development. The median salary is just $42,252. The highest median salary is for those people who graduated from Cornell at $56,400. And that's honestly not that bad until you realize tuition at Cornell is $55,000 a year. And then once you add in all of the other fees, the total cost goes up to $74,000. Imagine spending 4 years and $296,000 for a degree and only getting paid $56,000. That's probably not the best idea. Sure, you probably learned some really cool things and have a degree from one of the best schools in the world. But if you took out student loans for that, you would be in for a rude awakening. Coming in 7th is criminal justice. The most common jobs are becoming a corrections manager, crime scene investigator, and a lot of people also become police officers. But none of those jobs require you to get a criminal justice degree. Most police departments don't even require you to get a 4-year college degree. So if that's the path you want to take, there's a bunch of better options for you. A decent amount of people who major in criminal justice also decide to go to law school. But as I talked about in this video here, you can get into law school with virtually any degree. It can also be hard to find a job right out of college. And another downside is that the median salary for a criminal justice major is $42,025. But if you hit that notification bell and like button, you'll probably earn a lot more money because you'll never miss any of my videos. Here's another one you might have guessed because this was also my video on the most regretted college majors, psychology. Now psych is definitely an interesting field and it's really good to go into, but if you want to become a psychologist, you need to have at least a master's degree in psychology. With just a bachelor's, there aren't many great options, and odds are you won't even be using what you learn in your degree that much. Psych majors with only a bachelor's have a median salary of just $41,890. Holding 5th place is criminology. Now this is like criminal justice, but it's way more interesting because you study the actual science behind why crimes are committed. It's a perfect major for those of you who like to binge watch all those crime shows on Netflix. Even though you learn some really interesting stuff that's way different from criminal justice, the jobs are pretty similar and you don't need a criminology degree to get them. If you do decide to major in criminology, then you'll make around $41,722. In the 4th spot is health and physical education, which isn't all that common. You basically learn how to teach other people to be healthy. So some common jobs are things like athletic training, coaching, and being a gym teacher. But the most important thing to get those jobs is expertise. I could major in health information management and learn how to work out really well and start training other people. So like I said in the beginning of this video, major in something that's practical, then pursue your passions on the side. I really don't think it's wise to major in something like this, especially since the salary is just $41,608. I actually met a few people in college with this next degree, and honestly, I always found it a bit odd, and that's animal science. What animal scientists do is work with farmers to make animals produce more meat, milk, and other things for us to eat. But you could do other things involving animals like research and zoology. It's honestly a great major for those of you who like working with animals, but the pay is pretty bad at just $39,905. That's 25% less than the median American salary of $53,000. I'm not sure it's wise to spend money on a college degree for that type of return. Taking 2nd place is education. Now becoming a teacher is probably one of the most fulfilling jobs you could have. So if that's what you're into, definitely go for it. But you don't need a major in education to become a teacher. You can major in anything you want. All you have to do is pass your state's license exam. Education really limits your options, so I recommend you major in something that gives you more options than just being a teacher. The median salary for someone with an education major is $39,082. But it really depends on what you do with your degree and where exactly you live. Most of my high school teachers made 6 figures, so just because you're becoming a teacher doesn't mean you're not going to make a decent amount of money. And finally, the lowest paying college major is social work, and that's because most people who go into social work work for the state or a nonprofit, and they don't pay that much. The median salary is just $37,000. I definitely wouldn't choose to major in this. Now don't forget to hit that like button and click here to subscribe if you haven't already. Feel free to check out one of these videos and I'll see you next time. Until then, peace.